Okay, and we're live. Hey guys, this is Tonya Prater. I'm your admin here in Day Trips in Ohio, and I am joined today by Jill Bauer. Jill works with Ohio's Lake Erie Shores and Islands, and she's here to share with us some of the fall events and festivals that region has going on in October and even into November. So Jill, I'll let you go ahead and introduce yourself a little bit and tell everybody what you do. You're very active in the group, so I'm sure people are going to recognize your name here.
Yes, I am active in the group. I do wish to say I'm not active in the group because I have to be or because it's work related. I just truly love Ohio and I find things in the group as well. And I love reading other people's experiences and knowing, different fun places to go. That doesn't mean I'm not going to give advice and suggestions if somebody's asking about my area. So if you might want to know what my area is, Ohio's Lake Erie Shores and Islands is a 2-county area. It's Erie and Ottawa County in northern Ohio. So we go as far west as Elmore, Genoa. So it's just kind of outside of the Toledo metro area. And as far east as Vermillion. Vermillion is kind of half in Erie County, half in Lorain County. So there's just one little county, which Lorain County encompasses like Avon, Lakewood, between us and the Cleveland metro area. So pretty much the whole North Coast is us, and the islands, obviously, it's in our name. So we represent Kelly's Island and Put-in-Bay as well. As far as my role within the organization, I'm the PR manager, and this is ideal to be talking about events tonight because I go on all of our local radio stations every week and tell people what there is to do, what you can find, what kind of fun things you can find to do in your own backyard. And so for some of you, this, might be that situation if you're close to the area. And if you're from other parts of Ohio, it might just be one thing to, add to a trip. So specifically, we're talking about special events. So it'll be fairs, festivals, things that are planned. But if y'all have questions in general about the area, I'm happy to answer those as well. A lot of stuff going on in the fall, and that's also, kind of surprising. A lot of people think, misunderstand, that the area shuts down after Labor Day, and that couldn't be farther from the truth. There's really a lot of things going on still for the next month or so. So we've got some fun things to talk about tonight.
And even into the winter, because you guys have ice fishing, different things up there, the museums that you can go to.
We
So
do. We don't
actually,
want to talk about ice fishing yet, though.
yeah, we're not going to get to that tonight, but
We
we'll
just
talk
got
about
into
that
my
another time.
favorite season. Fall is my favorite season in the area, all throughout Ohio. I love when the colors are changing. I love that it's not quite as crowded as it is in the summertime. That's another good reason. It's a great time to visit. The weather is very temperate. Beautiful, cool, crisp nights and warm, sunny days. So lots of good reasons to come visit the Shores and Islands area.
Okay. And I just remembered, I always forget, but you guys, we're using StreamYard to do this broadcast. And if you can click on the link right above us, that will give us permission to see your name so we can actually respond to you and we'll know who's watching. We actually have somebody from Michigan. So Rich Christensen is here with us tonight. And
Hi, Rich.
yeah, we know Rich. So
Hi, Rich.
hopefully he's looking for some things to do too. And then we've got another Facebook user. I can't see exactly because it's not showing your name. So if you want to go ahead and click that link, go ahead and do it. We'll go ahead and make a note of those radio stations that Jill's on each week so you guys can go and you can see events and stuff that are coming on. We'll do that after the broadcast. And another thing I want to share with you guys, and we'll put a link for this in the broadcast too. So Miller Ferry has been generous to give us a giveaway just for our day trips group. And that is for their Oktoberfest festival on Put-in-Bay that we will be talking about later in the broadcast. That's for 4 tickets to the festival, 4 ferry tickets on Miller Ferry, and a golf cart from Ease Golf Cart Rentals. I've used all those services. So definitely highly recommend Miller Ferry. and Ease golf carts. That's normally who we get our rentals through, because it's just right off of the ferry. It's just a quick walk up the hill and then you have it. So we'll leave the link for that so you guys can sign up. If you're interested in that giveaway, it does close on Sunday because the festival is next weekend, and we want to make sure that you get your tickets in time for that if you are the winner. So without further ado, we're just going to jump in, and I'm going to turn it over to Jill, and she's going to share the not to miss events that you want to see in the Shores and Islands region.
Yes, and I have there's actually a ton of things going on. As I mentioned, I had to narrow it down to get to 20. So 20 does kind of feel like a lot, so I might, blow through some of these. I will mention that if you miss anything that we talk about, I believe you're embedding the video here. It will stay on this page. Yes,
The video
somewhere
will be on
pinned on
here.
the
It'll
stage.
also be on YouTube, and we will also have that on my blog, travelinspiredliving.com. If you go there, there is a list, so you can go ahead and get those events so that you won't miss them.
Yeah, so you
And
can go
Mike
back and
just
look at
joined
them.
us too. So, hey,
Hey,
Mike, how you
Mike.
doing?
What's up, buddy? So yeah, you can go back and watch the video if you miss any of these details, and also all of these events. I pulled them from our website, from the Shores and Islands website, shoresandislands.com. Right on the homepage, you can see featured events, which is basically what's happening that week. And then if you click on the little button underneath that says "See All Events," that will take you to our full calendar, which is searchable. So you can search by location. If you just want to know what's going on at Kelly's Island, or you want to know, what festivals are in Port Clinton this weekend, you can search by location, you can search by, date specific, or you can search by type of event. So if you're looking for family friendly things, maybe you're looking for, live entertainment, if you're looking for car shows or sports events, you can search that way. So that's how you can find all the details. So we're jumping in. I heard you say Mike is here. This is going to be Mike's favorite event. It's
Mike
Halloween
is
at Cedar
here.
Point.
He said he wouldn't miss it, but I'm not able to respond to anybody here for some reason.
And I'm not seeing the
Normally I can
comments.
type things in and respond. I can't do that. So I can just see the comments. So I know
Oh,
who's joining us, but
yep.
yeah.
Now I can. I can see the comments now. I
Okay.
just found out how to do it. So yeah,
Okay,
we're talking
perfect.
about Cedar Point first. Cedar Point's Halloween. Hey, those are Mike's kids.
They are.
Oh, I love it. So Cedar Point's Halloween, it actually kicked off a couple of weeks ago. It will continue through the end of the month. And what's really awesome about Halloween this year is they've expanded it. They used to only be open Friday nights and then Saturday and Sunday. So this year they've expanded it to Thursday nights, all day Friday, all day Saturday, all day Sunday. So more time to experience the fun of Halloween. This is at Cedar Point Amusement Park in Sandusky. There are really family-friendly, fun things going on during the daytime. Trick-or-treat trail, great food tastings, costume contests for the kids, all kinds of family-friendly activities. And then after dark, it gets spooky. Tons of haunted houses, walk through haunted attractions. If you're a big wimp like me, you can purchase a no boo necklace, which basically tells the screamsters not to mess with you.
Yeah, that's what
That's
I
my
need.
favorite tip for Halloween. How to get the screamsters to not mess with you is to get the no boo necklace. So Halloween's again, Thursday nights, all day Friday, all day Saturday, all day Sunday. And it's going to be different. I think the Thursday doesn't start until next week, but you can check cedarpoint.com for the specific dates and times of Cedar Point's Halloween's. The
Okay,
next
cool.
event on my list is Vermillion, Ohio. Lovely little New England-esque town on the shores of Lake Erie in the eastern end of the Shores and Islands area. They have a fun event for the entire month called Shake, Rattle, and Stroll. And what this is they take the, this one of the little guys. I'm going to laugh every time you put up a picture. They have these skeletons in all the shops and restaurants in downtown Vermillion. Some of them are in like their store windows. Some of them are within the shops themselves. Some of them are outdoors. And they're all kind of dressed up and put in little vignettes and different themes all throughout the town of Vermillion. It's so much fun. The community really gets into it. Of course, they want you to visit their downtown and come see their shops and restaurants. And again, some of the skeletons are inside, so you have to actually enter the store to see all of them. But they have all kinds of fun social media contests that they do throughout the month. Snap a selfie and vote on your favorite skeleton and all of that kind of stuff. So that actually kicks off tomorrow, October 1st, and it goes all the way through the end of the month, the 31st. And it's a free, fun activity. You can take the kids and check out all the fun little spooky, scary skeletons in Vermillion.
Well, since I'm a van member, I really like that Coleman one. That was really cute.
It was so cute. I love it. And it's a really fun event. My mom lives in Vermillion. It's just such a fun, cute little community. I love to visit there and just stroll through the town. And it's really fun to take the kids and find the different skeletons and, pick your favorite ones and that good stuff. Speaking of taking the kids, this one is Erie Metro Parks. So Erie Metro Parks is our park system. Most of the parks are in and around Sandusky, Huron, Castalia. They have great hiking trails, which is a wonderful thing to do, in the autumn season as the leaves are changing. They have an event that begins tomorrow as well called the Great Pumpkin Hunt. And it is basically a game. Each week, Erie Metro Parks is going to post on their social media channels clues to where you can find the great pumpkin. So it's going to be in a different park every week. And if you follow the clues, you can figure out which metro park it's in. Go to that trail. You may have to hike a ways to find it, but you find the great pumpkin, you snap your selfie with it, and then you get entered into the drawing. If you go each week and find the great pumpkin every week, you have a better chance of winning the great prizes that they'll be giving away. And again, this is going on for the entire month of October. So it's just a great opportunity to get out and about and to see the metro parks.
Okay, that sounds fun.
Sorry. Speaking of kids, just had one poking in. So I am a PR manager. I'm also a mom, and I'm at home tonight, obviously. He's sorry. Sorry about that, guys. The next event on the list is called Lake Erie Fear Fest. Woo! It's one of the state's best haunted houses. If you like the scary stuff, like I said, it's not my cup of tea, but there are so many people that love haunted houses and that experience. Ghostly Manor Thrill Center in Sandusky is a year-round haunted house. It is full of special effects, kind of like Hollywood special effects and jump scares, and some of the best actors that are dressed up as different spooky characters, definitely that can be found in the state. They operate that year round, and then for the Halloween season, they just really go all out with Lake Erie Fear Fest, and it's Erie with two E's. Lake Erie Fear Fest is 4 additional haunts. So the Ghostly Manor haunted house that's always there, you can go through, and then there are 4 additional haunts. I don't have the names of them written here, but I know one of them is called Quarantine. And that just makes me laugh because it's so appropriate right now. Like, we're all scared of getting quarantined, right? So that kicks off tomorrow night as well. It's going to be Friday and Saturday nights. I believe the hours are 8 to 11, and all Fridays and Saturdays in the month of October. If you love haunted houses, it's not to be missed. It's definitely one of the best ones in the state. Moving on to something not quite so scary. This event is this weekend, and I should have mentioned this earlier. These are all events that are going on throughout the month of October. That's tomorrow. October 1 is tomorrow already. So I do have some events that are coming up this weekend. And if you're looking for, maybe getting a jump on your holiday shopping, or you love antiques, craft shows, things like that, the Country Harvest of Antiques and Crafts in Birmingham, Ohio is in its 51st year. I mean, that is an established arts and crafts festival. And the tiny little town of Birmingham is just south of Vermillion. It's right on State Route 113. And this festival has, kind of a great mixture of antique items. If you're like a flea market person, or if you're looking for, I know, Tonya, you do the milk glass.
I do.
There's lots of milk glass, stuff like that.
Threatening to take over my house.
Yeah, you can find glassware, you can find china, all kinds of vintage items there. Primitives, furniture, so if you're looking to, add to your collection, or, somebody on your, holiday gift list that collects things, it might be a great opportunity for that. In addition, it's a lot of crafters, home, business makers, folks that create things with their hands. You can find jewelry, you can find cards, you can find wood carvings, you can find dried flowers, you can find all kinds of great things there. And then the food at this festival is phenomenal. It is just all your favorite fall comfort foods. They've got all kinds of homemade soups, fresh baked donuts, apple butter, pumpkin rolls. I mean, just all the fall things. Oh, I lost your sound, Tonya. Tonya, I'm not hearing you. Are you hearing me still?
Yeah, I can hear you.
There you go. I don't know, you got muted or something. Anyway, all the good foods at the Country Harvest of Antiques and Crafts. I mentioned the islands earlier, so my next event is taking us over to Put-in-Bay, and back to plugging Tonya's contest. You can get to Put-in-Bay on the Miller Ferry out of Catawba, and you can also get there on the Jet Express out of Port Clinton if you want to go to the islands this weekend or any weekend coming up in October. This Saturday is the Island Wine Festival. This is a wonderful event at the Put-in-Bay Winery in the Doler Estate. It has international wines, domestic wines, local wines. So, a lot of our wine festivals that we have throughout the year are really focusing on the local wines. This is a great opportunity to taste wines from all over the world. Also, the Put-in-Bay Winery is in a beautiful old Victorian home, and their wine tours include a tour of the home. So if you do the wine tasting tour, you'll taste a white wine in the parlor, and you'll taste a red wine out in the carriage house, and you'll learn the history of the family and the home and that kind of stuff too. So it's really interesting. Not only will you get to taste different varieties of wine and learn about the winemaking process, but you'll learn a little bit of island history and history of that home. Valentine Doler was one of the founders of the community of Put-in-Bay. Admission includes a souvenir wine glass and some sample tickets. I believe admission is $10. So you get to taste all different kinds of wine. You can purchase additional samples if you want more than that. Tours, as I mentioned, will be available, and a silent auction to benefit the Lake Erie Islands Historical Society. That's going to be this Saturday. Do I have the hours? I don't have the hours on this list. So for hours and information like that, as I mentioned at the top, you can always go to shoresandislands.com to get the details on the event. So now we're moving in. Thanks, Tonya. I do see the little plug on the side. We're moving into the second weekend in October with the 25th annual Marblehead Lighthouse Festival. I'm in this group a lot, and I see a lot of people love the Marblehead Lighthouse. People are always posting pictures whenever they're, up near Lake Erie or up north. Everybody always says, go to the Lake Erie, go to the Marblehead Lighthouse. It really is a spectacular place to visit. The oldest continuously operating lighthouse on all of the Great Lakes. One of the most photographed, iconic places in the state. So each year, each fall, they have a day-long festival, and it is, we say it's peninsula wide, and what that means, it's the entire community of Marblehead, but there's a sub-community within the community of Marblehead. There's Lakeside. Lakeside Chautauqua is its own kind of tiny village, and during the Chautauqua season, which is not exactly Memorial Day to Labor Day, but primarily the summer months, the Chautauqua has all kinds of programming, and they actually have a gate fee to be able to get into the community, because it includes of all of these like lectures and seminars and classes and things that you can take. So this is their off season. So right now there's no gate fee to get in, and the cute little shops and restaurants are all still open. It's a beautiful waterfront community with beautiful walking path and pier right on Lake Erie. So both Marblehead and Lakeside have events going on in relation to the Lighthouse Festival. You can tour the lighthouse. You can tour the museums that are at the lighthouse. There is a Coast Guard museum and a keeper's house. On the other side of the Marblehead Peninsula is the original keeper's house. They are actually having a Civil War encampment that day. So you can tour that home and see some of the Civil War reenactors there. I believe some Civil War era music will be playing as well. So live entertainment, arts and crafts vendors, a farmer's market, historic walking tours. That's within Lakeside if you want to learn about that community. Kids activities, hay rides. Some of the activities inside Lakeside that they're popular for are their family activities like shuffleboard and miniature golf. And for the festival, those events are free. So you can take your kids to play mini golf and learn how to play shuffleboard, and it doesn't cost a dime. There's going to be a family movie. And of course, you can visit, as I mentioned, all the shops and restaurants will be having some great specials and things like that going on. So the 25th annual Marblehead Lighthouse Festival is Saturday, October 9th.
Okay, can I make a suggestion too?
Yes.
If you're interested in Civil War history and you're going to see the encampment, you might want to stop down the road.
I know what you're going to say.
To Johnson's Island as well. Yeah, it's a Confederate cemetery.
And Johnson's Island is on the kind of southern side. If you take State Route 163 east, it actually goes all the way around. I don't know. I'm making signals, but I don't see my hand. It goes all the way around the peninsula, all the way around the tip. So you can go to the Marblehead Lighthouse and then just keep continuing east. It actually takes you back around the bottom side of the peninsula, and that's where you can access Johnson's Island. It is an island, but it does have a causeway bridge, so you don't need a ferry or anything to get to that. Hey, I saw a question from Mike on here about taking bikes on the Miller Ferry, which is perfect because I'm going to skip one. I'll come back to it and I'll jump into the Put-in-Bay Oktoberfest. Yes, you can take bikes on the Miller Ferry, Mike. Mike, you can take bikes. And in fact, I don't think there's a charge. Is Katrina on this call? Do you know?
I don't believe she is. I thought there was a charge for the bikes.
For bikes, I apologize that I don't know that off the top of my head.
I can look it up real quick. Only because we were going to camp with ours.
Oh, yeah, you absolutely can take bikes on the ferry. You can take your car, you can take your RV, you can take your boat. The Miller Ferry allows for all kinds of transportation. And so, yeah, if you can get that answer, I'll talk about the event, and then we can jump back into mentioning your contest as well. So Oktoberfest, I was actually just talking to my husband about this event because, he said, oh, someday I'd really like to go to the Oktoberfest in Munich, the original Oktoberfest in Munich, Germany. And I've been to Munich, but I wasn't there during Oktoberfest time. And I actually just heard that it was canceled this year. So there actually is no Oktoberfest in Munich this year, due to the pandemic. So if you're not able to go to Munich, go to Put-in-Bay. We've got an Oktoberfest here in Ohio. It's an annual German style festival. It's going to be the 9th and the 10th, so both Saturday and Sunday. All of the traditional German foods you love, bratwurst, potato pancakes, apple dumplings, pierogi, cabbage and noodles, chicken paprikash, all kinds of wonderful desserts from some chamber businesses will be donating those. Live polka music, German style dancers, great souvenirs souvenirs. You can get, souvenir beer steins, and, if you don't have your own, Drendel or Lederhosen, you can pick that up there. All kinds of fun stuff there. And then there'll be some raffles and things going on as well. Hot spiced wine, cold beer. It's a great time. It's a wonderful time to visit Put-in-Bay. Again, Saturday and Sunday, October 9th and 10th for their Oktoberfest. And Tonya, why don't you plug your contest again?
Okay. Well, before I plug the contest, I want to respond about the bikes. So the tickets for the bikes for one-way fare is $2.50.
So affordable. Very affordable.
So let me get to my little graphic I made here. So Miller Ferry has sponsored a giveaway for Oktoberfest that comes with 4 tickets on the Miller Ferry, 4 tickets for Oktoberfest, and an Ease golf cart rental. So I will put the link to that underneath this broadcast if this is over. And you have until Sunday, maybe Saturday at 12, Sunday at 12:01, because, early Sunday morning. So you have until Saturday night to enter. So we'll just make that, easy for you.
It sounds like a fun time, and yeah, it's relatively inexpensive, but if you can win the contest and go for free, I highly recommend entering. And yeah, so thanks for just putting that up there about Mike. Pedigo is an electric bike company. It's in Sandusky, downtown Sandusky, and they rent electric bikes. You can take those on the ferry as well. And I don't know if there's different charge for an electric bike versus a regular bike. I don't know. I would doubt it. I mean, a bike is a bike, because these Pedigo bikes, they can be as much of a workout as you want them to be. I guess is a great way to explain it. You can ride it with no engine, no motor whatsoever, and then it's just a traditional bike. You can put whatever level of resistance you want in the gears, and ride it that way as a traditional bike. But it does have a motor on it, so if you get tired, maybe you've been riding for a while and you just can't do it, or kind of going uphill or against the wind, or all of those things that can be a challenge when you're riding a bike, you can turn on the motor, and it's basically like riding a motorcycle. It does all the work for you. So Pedigo Sandusky, a brand new business that opened this year in downtown Sandusky, and they do allow you to rent by the hour and also for the full day. So if you wanted to take a bike with you over to the islands, that's a great idea. So thanks, Mike.
Yeah, I can't wait to try it.
So I'm jumping back here, Tonya, because I did skip over one. And that is also October 9th and 10th, and it is in the town of Oak Harbor. Oak Harbor is in western Ottawa County, so kind of in the, Maumee, Oregon area of Ohio. It's west of Port Clinton, and they have their annual Apple Festival. It's their 42nd year, and it's just a traditional festival. I mean, they really have something for everyone. They've got a Queen's contest and a parade and live entertainment and, everything Apple that you can think of. I mean, it's celebrating the harvest season. Sorry. It celebrates the harvest season. Here in Northern Ohio, apples are at their peak, and you can get at this festival apple pie, apple strudel, apple dumplings, apple cider, just big bushels of apples, whatever you're looking for. They have, pie baking contests and eating contests and all that kind of fun stuff. So if you love apples, or you're just looking for a fun community festival to visit, there's also rides and vendors, live entertainment, beer tent, all of that good stuff. It's going to be October 9th and 10th in downtown Oak Harbor. Okay, so I'm apologizing real quick. I am in my son's room, and I am using his statistics book to prop up my computer. He needs it to do his homework. Is it this one? Okay, I apologize. Hang on 1 second. Can you come get it? Hang on. Get the book. Sorry for the interruption, folks. I told you I was a mom. Stuff happens. It's my senior in high school. I encourage him doing his homework. So moving on, Sunday, October 10th in Vermillion. So Vermillion's kind of the eastern end of the Shores and Islands region. And they have the largest one-day festival in the state of Ohio. one-day festival. It's a huge event, but it only takes place in one day, and it's always on a Sunday. It's always in the fall, but it's sometimes it can vary between September and October. The date does change each year. This year it's on Sunday, October 10th, and it is the Woolly Bear Festival. Does anybody else know what a woolly bear is? Thanks, Tonya. That's what a woolly bear is. So the woolly bear is kind of our version of Groundhog Day, right? Pennsylvania, they have Punxsutawney Phil. What he does each year is, whether he sees his shadow or not will predict how much longer winter is going to be. So what the woolly bear does is predict how harsh the winter is going to be. And supposedly you can tell based on his stripes. So you see he's got that fat orange stripe in the middle there. Supposedly the legend says that the fatter the stripe is on the woolly bears as they hatch or whatever. I guess I don't know what the scientific term is this year. The bigger the orange stripe, the more terrible the winter is going to be. Colder, longer,
Oh,
rougher. We want skinny stripes on our woolly bears. So if there's a
yes.
nice skinny stripe, then you can look forward to a nice mild winter where we're not going to get dumped with a bunch of snow and cold. So it is our winter weather predictor. And the festival was actually started by a meteorologist. Some folks might know from Fox 8, Dick Goddard, the late great Dick Goddard. He started this festival. He wanted to rival Punxsutawney with our version of the weather predicting critter, and so he knew that it would be a great event to start. He found a community willing to do it, and that was Vermillion, and it has grown. I don't know if it says how many years it's been going on. No, it doesn't. It's been going on for a long time, but there are fun things like a caterpillar race, the Woolly Bear Caterpillar 500. So see how fast a caterpillar can go. Costume contests. People dress up their pets like woolly bears. People dress up their children like woolly bears. All kinds of fun things. And then traditional festival things as well. There'll be, lots of live music, lots of great food. It's a wonderful parade with marching bands from all over the state come to this, different marching bands every year. So it's, similar to like the Macy's parade in New York. It's very special to be invited to participate in the Woolly Bear Parade, and it all takes place on one day. So it's Sunday, October 10th, the annual Woolly Bear Festival in Vermillion.
And I'm going to miss it again this year. That stinks.
Well, you
You
have
have
good
to tell
reason.
me
It's
I'm a
okay.
woolly bear. You'll have to let me know if it's a wide stripe or skinny stripe.
Yes, we're looking for the skinny stripes, and we'll be sure to let you know if you follow Shores and Islands on our social media accounts. We'll be sure to let you know what the official prediction is. Fingers crossed. Where do I get my finger on the camera? Fingers crossed for a mild winter. So moving on throughout the month of October, the next weekend, October 16th. So I mentioned the Apple Festival in Oak Harbor was because, this is kind of peak apple season. One of our local orchards, wonderful, wonderful place called Quarry Hill Orchards in Berlin Heights. They celebrate this event as well. It's called Apple Peak. It is their Apple Peak celebration on Saturday, October 16th. You can pick your own apples there. They are going to be offering hay rides. They set up, a lovely little market with all kinds of local businesses and local products you can get there. Live music. They also have a lovely winery on site, Quarry Hill Winery. So there'll be wine tastings going on, all kinds of local crafters and local shops there, and fun things for the kids to do. I've taken my kids to this event every year. It's just one of my favorite fall kind of mini festivals. We always love to go out to Quarry Hill at any time because you can do the apple picking and you can get things in their wonderful market. But this just kind of amps up the celebration when they have, just a little bit more going on. They always have like the library is there reading stories about apples, and somebody is generally leading some kind of painting class where the kids are painting apple trees, and my kids have these just great apple paintings in their room still from the last time that we went. So it's a really great time. It's going to be again on Saturday, October 16th. If you love apples or you love farm markets, it's a great time to visit Quarry Hill Orchards in Berlin Heights. And wondering where Berlin Heights is, it's kind of between Vermillion and Sandusky. Good place to put it there on a map. The next event on my list is called Coast to the Oast. So what this is, Twin Oast Brewery is on the northern tip of Catawba Island, and that's kind of a strange one to talk about because it's not really an island. So we just kind of call it Catawba. We're trying to get away from using the word island so much because it confuses people, because it's not. Miller Ferry, as we've talked about a couple times on here, their headquarters and they depart from the tip of Catawba. So just before you get to the Miller Ferry on the left-hand side is this beautiful, beautiful, it's another orchard, but this is a peach orchard. And it started out as a family fruit farm and has grown from a hobby of, I believe the sons were making beer in their basement, has really grown into a full-fledged fruit brewery where they infuse fruit flavors into a lot of their beers. They also have a great restaurant, and because it's a farm, lots of land, lots of space to spread out, lots of outdoor seating areas, and they host a lot of great outdoor events. In fact, they have an Oktoberfest this weekend as well. This weekend, October 1st and 2nd. But this event, Coast to the Oast, is a bike ride. This is a bike ride for those aged 13 and older with the ability to ride a clearly signed course. You can either pick a 10-mile ride or a 30-mile ride. This might be when you need the electric bike.
Yeah, definitely.
I would need the electric bike to do a 30-mile ride.
Same.
For sure. So the ride begins and ends at Twin Oast Brewery. If you enter this bike race, it's a fully supported bike race with support vehicles and water stations along the way. And if you register for the race, you get a complimentary beverage from Twin Oast. So when you're done riding, you can taste one of the beers. You get a shirt and post-ride entertainment. So there'll be a party basically on the lawn at Twin Oast after the bike race. So they encourage you to come to ride the race. It is a fundraiser. It raises money for a group called Erie Responsible. Erie Responsible is a nonprofit organization who is taking steps now to maintain the health of Lake Erie for future generations. It's a great organization. It's a great cause, helping. They do a lot of beach cleanups and marina education and things like that. They're all about keeping Lake Erie beautiful for future generations. So the bike ride begins and ends. There's a short course or a long course, and then a fun party at Twin Oast Brewery afterwards. That's on October 17th. I don't know if I mentioned the date, but it's on October 17th.
Okay.
Moving on. The next event is in Bellevue. So Bellevue is kind of just outside our area. And I know Tonya knows this, and a lot of folks on the call might know, or I keep calling it a call, on the live on Facebook tonight might know this. Bellevue actually falls into a bunch of different counties. There's parts of Bellevue that are in Seneca County, parts that are in Huron County, parts that are in Erie County. So they're kind of a little bit lost as far as what county they identify with, but because they have such great attractions and such great events, they partner with Lake Erie Shores and Islands. They have their own Bellevue Area Visitors and Convention Bureau, but they partner with us, and they will promote a lot of their events through us. So we love to talk about all of the wonderful things that are in Bellevue. Real quick, there's a great train museum. Jungle Junction is a great location for kids there, and then the BSA, which is the Bellevue Society for the Arts, is hosting the Big Spooky Affair on October 22nd and 23rd. They will be doing haunted theater tours. So Bellevue Society for the Arts is their local theater. They do all kinds of productions throughout the year, from kind of Broadway productions to youth productions, community theater productions. So this event includes haunted theater tours with gypsy fortune tellers, hay rides, pumpkin carving, face painting, witches, and more. Witches at the Bellevue Society for the Arts. So the Big Spooky Affair takes place October 22nd and 23rd, and also October 29th and 30th. So if you're looking for a fun night out and you love Halloween themed things, you might want to check out the Big Spooky Affair. We're going back to the islands now with the next two events. We've talked about Put-in-Bay a couple of times, and again, a lot of people aren't sure maybe what's happening on the islands in the fall, or if things are kind of closed and all that after Labor Day. And really throughout the entire month of October, businesses are open, restaurants are open, attractions are open. They might not be open all week. This is just the case in hospitality businesses right now, is shorter hours and limited hours. But with all of these great events going on throughout the entire month of October. So another weekend, another fun activity at Put-in-Bay. And this one is Halloween at the Bay. This is an adult Halloween party. It's not, necessarily meant for the kids on this one. This is a downtown Put-in-Bay event where all the taverns, all the bars, all the restaurants are going to decorate for Halloween. People go all kinds of crazy with their themed costumes, group costumes, because a lot of the bars and restaurants will have costume contests that you can enter. And of course, Halloween, specials, special drinks, special Halloween concoctions, and you can win some prizes. So if you love dressing up, maybe you've got a theme costume. I know this isn't applicable because I'm talking about kids, but I know the kids in my family this year were all doing an Avengers theme. So all the cousins are being different Avengers. So do that as an adult. Get your adult friends together and have somebody, dress up as each different Avenger, or the characters from Scooby-Doo, or I don't know. I'm not really great at the ideas. Get on Pinterest, find some great themed group costumes, and go over to Put-in-Bay and just have a ton of fun. So that is on October 23rd. Similarly, our other wonderful, wonderful island, Kelly's Island, also has an adult Halloween party that day. Same thing. Put your thinking caps on, get dressed up, come to Kelly's Island. I believe the Good Time One, which is a wonderful cruise boat out of downtown Sandusky, that will be having a Halloween cruise that day. That will be going to Kelly's Island. And they also will have costume contests. So again, if you've got great friends, you can get together and put together group costumes. It's just really a lot of fun on both Put-in-Bay and Kelly's Island to celebrate Halloween the adult way. So Kelly's Island, I don't have the date in front of me, but Kelly's Island does also do a family-friendly Halloween. I believe it's the weekend before this. I'll have to look that one up. But they do a family-friendly Halloween on the one weekend, and then the more adult Halloween. This is October 23rd.
So Jill, I want to tell you that Leah said that maybe she'll be in shape next year to do the Coast to the Coast. I think I might have mixed
Leah Yoder Toter.
Yes, our moderator Leah. And I said, well, maybe, we should do like an admin moderators, thing next year.
I love it.
So Mike said he's good for 1K of that 30 miles. So I could probably push myself. I could get there to the 1K. We'll have to talk to Olivier and Chelsea and Heather and see if they want in on this too. So
I'm telling you, get those electric bikes. That's the way to go.
That's the only way I would ever be able to do 30 miles, but it sounds like a great time. Maybe the 10 miles is more my speed. So Mike has a question and wants to know if the Good Time is back.
Yeah, so I saw that. And I mentioned it. Yes, Mike, the answer to that is yes, the Good Time is back. What Mike is referring to is earlier this year, every couple years or so, the Good Time One, this cruise boat that I talk about, that I think it takes 150 passengers. It might be more than that. And normally does like island hopping cruises. They do wonderful sunset cruises in the bay in Sandusky. They do a Friday night party cruise every Friday night to Kelly's Island. Themed cruises, like right now they're doing a lot of Browns cruises and Ohio State cruises and things like that, where they have live DJ or live music of some sort on board, and they have a bar on board, and a lot of times they'll bring in food and things as well. So the Good Time, earlier this year, every 5 years or so, it has to go for inspection. It didn't run a lot in 2020 because of COVID. And so they lost a lot of money, not being able to, run their trips most of that season. And when they went for their annual inspections, it was just the repairs that needed to be done was more than they could afford, being low on income. So what happened was they thought they were going to have to go under. They didn't think they could afford to get the boat out of dry dock, and didn't think it was going to be able to happen this year. And the community, the Sandusky community, it docks at Jackson Street Pier in downtown Sandusky. We really got excited and got behind it. It's such a part of our history, of our future. We need the Good Time in Sandusky. So there was a grassroots fundraising effort. I mean, there were raffles and events. There was a GoFundMe. There was all kinds of places that you could donate. The Good Time opened up a bagel shop and had a restaurant. They were selling T-shirts. They were selling all kinds of things to raise funds. Once they got the ball rolling on that, again, just grassroots, everybody locally that loves the Good Time, and people from outside the area that just had memories and traditions of taking that wonderful boat ride, were able to raise most of the funds. And then once that happened, they were able to then get some loans from the city of Sandusky. They were able to get some basically a break on some of the costs from the company that did the repairs, and it came back in July. So July 4th was when it came back into Sandusky, and has been running this summer. So yes, the Good Time is back, Mike.
That's wonderful. Yeah, I've been on the Sunset Cruise and I love that. So I'm glad that it's back and they're able to keep up with that.
Yeah.
But
So
we only have 15 minutes left.
Yep.
So I think we're going to have to hurry up and
I'm gonna
do
do just the October events. I've got 3 more I'm gonna hit on real quick. There is a fall color hike on October 26th. So we talk about, look at that. How pretty is that? That actually is, I believe, the Hoffman Forest Metro Park. And if it's not, it's Erie, it's Edison Woods, which is right around the corner from that Metro Park. Those are both located in Berlin Heights. And this is just one of the things that our Metro Park system does, is lead guided tours, guided hikes of the area. So I know a lot of times I'm a little bit leery about maybe taking a hike on a trail that I've never been on, or I don't know where it goes, or I don't know how long it's going to take. I don't want to find myself lost in the woods. This is a great opportunity to, join the naturalists and the experts in the area who will lead, guided tours. And so you'll get to see the beautiful leaves changing. And October 26th is the date of that. That is peak leaf peeping season in Northern Ohio. Our leaves change a little bit later than they do in the rest of the state because we're so close to the lake, and the lake kind of keeps the ground a little bit warmer, and we have like those warmer winds blowing off the lake as well. So our leaves do kind of tend to change a little bit later. So October 26th, there's a wonderful fall hike in Berlin Heights at Hoffman Forest Metro Park. 2 more events real quick. October 27th, downtown Sandusky is the annual Witches Walk. This is such a fun event, you guys. And it's not just for women, it's for all witches. And it is basically kind of like a pub crawl, a great event that happens in downtown Sandusky. You're seeing a picture of the parade. They parade from one end of town to the other end of town. And in previous years, we've had as many as 500 people dressed up as witches. I mean, that's a whole coven.
Wow.
They dance around the fountain. in. In fact, last year they had so many that they had to have like a select, few. You had to be selected to be as part of the dance. And there's live entertainment. There's all kinds of specials and raffles and things going on all throughout downtown Sandusky. All of the bars and restaurants love this event, love to welcome folks. And if that's the easiest Halloween costume you can do, just grab a broom, get a pointy hat, be a witch. It takes place on October 27th. It's a 21 and older event. I mean, it definitely does include, you buy like a wristband, and then that gets you all of the different specials and things that are offered. A lot of times they have like psychic readings and tarot cards and all of those kinds of fun things as well. And we are selling tickets at the Lake Erie Shores and Islands Welcome Center. So if you're interested, you can get the tickets from Shores and Islands. I don't think we got them online, but you can find our phone number and give us a call. We can sell them to you. And then finally, back to the metro parks, we have a haunted prison tour. Osborne Metro Park in Huron used to be a prison farm, and there are some spooky stories. They have had some encounters there, stories. They have had paranormal investigators, where they come in and like look, tape for ghost things and listen for ghosts. There's just definitely been some creepy things that have gone on in that former prison. So it's a behind the scenes tour. You'll learn the history of the prison farm. You'll learn all about the paranormal activity that has happened there. Drinks and snacks are provided, and this haunted prison tour is suitable for all ages. So even if you've got little ones who are mildly interested, it's not going to be super, super scary. It's more like, cool, that's really interesting. So check that out. That is going to be on October 29th, and that takes us through the month of October.
Okay, wow. So we have family-friendly events to go to, adult-only events to go to, events on the mainland, events on the islands. Jill, thanks so much for coming on and sharing all those events.
Absolutely.
This will be replayed in the group. It will live here, so you guys can watch this as many times as you need to. It will be on YouTube, and it can be shared from there. So if you want to share it with your friends, you're welcome to do that once it's on YouTube, and I will post the link here in the group. If you want a listing of the events, you can go to, let me get your banner up here, Jill. www.shoresandislands.com. Check out their events calendar. You guys will be able to find not just the fall events, but any events that they have going on throughout the region. And if you want a list of the top 20 events that we have highlighted, well, we highlighted most of them tonight. You can also go to my website. Well, we did good then. Well, you did good. I didn't say anything. I was just listening and taking it all in. So anyways, you can go to my website, Travel Inspired Living, and you'll find the top 20 fall events around Sandusky, Ohio.
Nice.
So that will be on there for you too. Again, I don't want you guys to forget about the giveaway with Miller Ferry.
So cool.
Make sure that you sign up for that. And I will drop a link right underneath of this video to make it easy on you guys. And if you have any questions, okay, we have some questions. Is the Dora area open every day? First of all, some people may not know what the Dora area is. So Jill, if you want to explain that, and then let us know if it's open or.
Yeah. So a Dora, there are Doras in communities all over the state of Ohio. It stands for Designated Outdoor Refreshment Area. And in different communities, what that means is there are designated areas within that community where it is permissible to have an open container, right? I mean, we have open container laws in the state of Ohio. There are lots of places where it's not permissible to walk around, with an alcoholic beverage, but inside a designated outdoor refreshment area, you can walk around with an open beverage. However, these beverages do need to be served in a special cup. Participating bars and restaurants have the special Dora cups where you can go in and you can buy whatever your mixed drink or your beer or your wine, whatever it is that you want to drink, and ask for it to be served in a Dora cup. And then that way you don't have to stay inside. You don't have to stay in the bar. You can go out and walk around. There are several businesses in the towns that maybe aren't bars and restaurants, shops and things like that that will be DORA recognized areas, which means, you know, you're welcome to come inside and shop with your beverage, which is wonderful, you know, when you're visiting a town and stores and things are open and you just want to walk around and enjoy, you know, an autumn beer or something like that. I assume, because I know Mike is such a fan of Sandusky, I assume he's talking about Sandusky's Dora. Because we actually do also have one in Port Clinton. Port Clinton also has a designated outdoor refreshment area. And yes, those are open every day. I believe the hours, it's like 9 a.m. to midnight or something like that. There are some hours, restricted hours, late at night and super early in the morning. So they, you know, they're not encouraging, you know, wild parties or anything like that. It's really just about being able to explore and get out and enjoy the community and walk to the park and walk along the waterfront. And Sandusky, you know, Jackson Street Pier is a wonderful place, and all kinds of bars and restaurants right along Water Street. So you can go in, you can get a drink, and you can go sit, you know, on a swing on the pier, and enjoy your beverage and watch the sunset. So, yep, that's 7 days a week, and the signs are posted so you know what those areas entail. There is a Dora in Norwalk, Ohio, as well. It's the town that I live in. So, come visit.
I didn't know that Norwalk had that. So,
Yep.
okay. And Leah said that they want to come up and see the leaves. So for anybody who missed it, the prime
Yes.
time to see the leaves in the Sandusky and Shores and Islands area is going to be the last part of the month.
Yeah, definitely the last weeks in October. They start to change around the middle of the month. I always tend to notice it around October 15th or so, where it starts to be real, you know, vibrant. They're not changing yet, and really peak, you know, usually around the 20th, 25th of the month, something like that.
Okay, that'll be a good time to go up there and do some of those hikes. All right, if we don't have any other questions, if you have a question, go ahead and pop it in the group. When the broadcast is over, you can still ask your questions in this thread. We'll keep an eye on it and we will respond to those questions. So just go ahead.
I love this group. I love this group. I love all of the people in this group. I will be following as well. So feel free to tag me if you have a specific question. I'm very active in the group as well.
Okay. Thank you so much, Jill, for joining us tonight and sharing all the fun fall events that are going on in Ohio's Lake Erie Shores and Islands region. We appreciate all that you do for the group and really appreciate you sharing your knowledge here. So if there are no other questions, I'm sorry.
I said happy to do so. And thank you for inviting me to join y'all tonight and to talk about all the fun things that we got going on in the northern part of Ohio. Come visit us.
Yep. Well, you know I do. So yeah, can't wait. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and end the broadcast again. This is going to be here in the group. I'm going to leave a link when the YouTube video is up. You guys are able to share that from YouTube. You can't share it from the group because this is a private group. So things that are shared in the group stay in the group. But I will put the YouTube link there so you guys can share it if you want to. And make sure that you enter to win the giveaway. Again, the giveaway is just for our day trip group. So please don't share that outside of the group. That is for everybody who's here, just as appreciation. And we really appreciate Miller Ferry offering that to us for their Oktoberfest festival. So we're going to go ahead and end this. And Jill, we thank you again and just thank everybody for listening. If you have any questions, you can go to shoresandislands.com and also visit my website where you can get the top 20 fall events, and that's Travel Inspired Living. All right, Jill, thank you. And you guys have a good night.
Bye.